Do you want to say hi to the people? Do you want to say hi to the people? Oh, you just want the pants, the pants. Dora. Can't see her, but she likes to perch in this one grow bag, so I'm having to keep her out of it. But we're back this week for an update on what's happening in the fall garden. So, a few things to show off, a few updates, a few just exciting things. I also saw in the news this morning that we're headed for a La Nina year. So what that means for us in the south is that we will hopefully have a warmer winter than normal, which for me is very exciting. That means hopefully without some of those cold temps, we can keep a lot of this stuff growing longer and without cover longer, because I still have not figured out a ground cover situation. I do have some. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough to cover everything, so we will figure that out. Anyways, here is what's going on in the garden. First, we have a few things, well, a lot of the things actually that have sprouted, but the one thing that is growing really well and ready to be eaten is the arugula, and that is very exciting for me. I really love arugula. This variety, I'll check back in my notes and put it on the screen if I have time, but I believe it's the Baker Creek variety, and it has got some good kick. So if you like your arugula with that kind of peppery spice, highly recommend this one. It is delicious and it grows really well. So very excited about that. Then we have, you can kind of see them behind me here, the transplants in that I bought at the nursery here locally, and I might actually end up going back for some more because the ones that I started don't seem to be doing very well. I think it's a combination of just all the rain that we've had and starting them outside and not in a contained kind of grow light environment. I'm also thinking that they probably need some fertilizer, so might hit them with some fish emulsion. But we got these ones in the ground and they're doing well. Having a few issues with pests. We just have so many slugs and so many roly-polies. And it's been so rainy that I haven't been able to put anything out. So I need to get out here with the diatomaceous earth, and I need to look at maybe some other options for those things, because yeah, they're really eating stuff up. I need to get like a Dora cam so you can see her. She's just sprinting up in front of me. I replanted the lettuce that I had planted in this bed here. It just never sprouted, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if I didn't plant it right and it was unhappy, if we just had too much rain for it, if it sprouted and it got eaten right away. So I planted two different things. So I planted the super red romaine lettuce from Seed Meal Seed Company and the Tom Thumb lettuce from Baker Creek. So hopefully one of these will come up and we'll get some lettuce. We'll see. And then I might try doing spinach in one of the bags later on. The peas are doing well. They're climbing really high, some faster than others. So that's fun. I'll have to go back and look and see which varieties are which and see how that's going. But very excited for that. The okra is still hanging on and it looks real sad. They are all very tall. One of them, you can see, has grown so tall it started to fall over and is now using the trellis for support. And these really just need to come out. It's time for them to come out. I just haven't done it yet. And we love okra, so I'm a little bit sad to get to that point of taking it out. But the beans on the trellis are doing exceptionally well. As you can see, a few of them have reached the top and are growing over and using that okra. So now the okra and the beans are in a symbiotic relationship. But that's well. No flowers on the peas yet, on the beans or peas yet, but hopefully we will see that soon. And then in that same front bed, the kohlrabi, the carrots, and the rutabagas are doing really well. We had lots of germination, lots of growth happening. So very excited, very hopeful for those things doing much better this season than they have for me in the past in the in-ground space. And then the last thing is just something that we're keeping in mind for especially next spring, is where we have the grow bags is really the best place for us to have them on the property, as far as not being in the way, sunlight, and all of those things. Unfortunately, they're also the farthest away from the hose and they need the most water. So that has proven to be a point. I fully admit that I did not keep as good of an eye on them during the spring as I should have. And even now, I mean, these squash are doing really well, but they're probably not getting watered as much as they should, because the beds don't need as much water as the bags do. And so it kind of is like an out of sight, out of mind thing that I just don't think to water them when I don't need to water everything else. And so we're keeping our eyes out for a rain barrel. There is a downspout at the end of the driveway at the corner of the house, and so we're keeping our eyes out for a rain barrel. I want to put it there so that I can have a water source much closer to the bags, and hopefully make sure that they stay watered more regularly next spring and throughout the next few seasons, because that will just make it a lot easier to water. I don't have to lug the hose all the way down the stairs and then lug it all the way back up, which is always a pain, and it always gets caught on the corners. And yeah, it shouldn't stop me from watering my plants, but it is annoying enough that it does. So keeping an eye out for a rain barrel. Something to think about if you are doing a hybrid grow bag and bed situation or in-ground situation like we are. I wish I could move them somewhere closer to where the hose is, so that wouldn't be an issue, but that is not enough sunlight, so it's too shaded up by the hose. So yes ma'am, are you having fun? So yeah, that is the update I have for you today. Things are going well. As you can see, I'm in a tank top because it is still very warm here in Tennessee, and my brain is very confused by that because it is October. I should be in sweaters by now, but Midwest brain has not recalibrated to Southern brain yet, so here we are. Still very confused about the weather, but very happy for it for my garden. So I hope you are having a lovely week. I hope your gardens are doing well. Please leave me a comment, let me know how things are going, and if you have any questions or thoughts about anything that's been mentioned, anything that we're growing and the like. Hope to see you here next week.